More tests, more tests, more tests. So, tomorrow I will be going into the hospital to run more tests to check on the blood labs as well as to just check overall health of my system from all of my organs to the efficacy of the treatment. We'll likely be checking in tonight. My wife is a bit at unease with me sleeping at home just because she feels like if anything were to happen that it would take some time to get to the hospital. So I will probably acquiesce and just try to see if we can check in tonight, and just so we can have peace of mind. I'm learning that the ego thing is big, and I gotta let it go. And thank you all for commenting about it as well, in that it's really about the peace of mind of others, to be able to take care of me more than my peace of mind in wanting to maintain my independence as long as possible. I think it stems a little bit from my father, who has Parkinson's, and seeing his body gradually deteriorate as he's taking medication and painkillers, and wanting to battle and push against that as much as possible. But I think I need to just let people take care of me during this time, because it's a tough time. And what I'm learning is that as the modes of treatment are changing, it's one of the toughest times, because you kind of have to relearn your habits, and it's not easy because you have multiple layers of treatment that are layered on top of each other, that you kind of have to detangle what is signal from the noise. So hopefully in a month or two, maybe 3, the targeted therapy would have run its course, and we'll just be dealing with one set of symptoms that will be hopefully easier to manage, because there's always joy and hope, I guess. That's probably the reason. But I completely understand why they start with PRRT, or targeted therapy, first, and then move on to CAPTEM, because if these symptoms hold up, it's much trickier to manage. And the treatment windows being shorter, it's a bit of a beast as well. So that being said, still choosing joy, because what other choice is there? And these are my circumstances, and I need to transcend them, and I need to anchor on something that can pull me out of this and pull me through this. So choosing joy today, choosing joy every hour, choosing joy every minute. In terms of health, how I slept last night, the pain meds are still helping. I think the lesser of two evils is still getting the sleep versus not. So we'll continue on that until we get to the next appointment with the doctors, to see if we can taper off a little bit, at least off to weaker forms of painkillers that won't leave me with a brain fog the next day. In terms of digestion and food, it's still challenging because we're in this transition period, and hopefully we'll get through it in the next month or two. But for the next month or two, it's gonna be a bit rough. I've been trying to try different variety of foods, which may not be the right solution at this point. So might have to go back to, toast and peanut butter jelly sandwiches and protein shakes for a bit until my body can readjust. It's just, going from eating whatever you want and being somewhat of a foodie to going to the polar opposite is definitely a drastic change, but it's worth it. And sometimes you just gotta remember it may be happening for you rather than to you, because these are the things that I should not be eating if I want to maximize the treatment of the CAP-10 chemotherapy. So sometimes it may just be happening for you, and you just gotta remember that and anchor on the joy that comes from knowing that somebody is on your side. Outside of that, in terms of next steps, I think I already talked about it a little bit. A battery of tests, labs, checking on the efficacy of the chemotherapy, seeing if my liver is shrinking, seeing if we need to take next steps, or if we can go into a prolonged treatment of, or prolonged a prolonged controlled period where I won't need any treatment. So still fighting hard every day and still trying to choose joy every day, every hour, every minute, every second if I can. Thank you very much for all of the comments and words of encouragement. It means more than you know. For all the new people, welcome. I am very glad that you're here. If this video has helped you in any way, please like, subscribe, or share to help support the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. And thank you very much for taking the time to listen and follow along on the journey. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks. Bye.